everyone. Hope you're doing well. The tax season is over. Hope everyone has successfully filed their taxes. Sorry for those who had a balance due. I fully understand your concern and frustration. Hopefully, you learned your lesson and you'll take some smart moves to avoid all the stress and hassle of owing to the IRS next year. Now it's a good time to review the mistakes the taxpayers make year after year. This video is based on my personal observations and experience. For those who see me for the first time, I'm a tax specialist working for one of the largest tax preparation companies in the United States. During the last 12 weeks, I've been seriously preparing returns for American people. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's consider the first most frequent and I would say annoying situation. Not having all your documents before you file your taxes. Once you finished your tax return and you hit the finish button, your tax return is gone. It's already at the IRS. You will not be able to open it again in a couple of days or weeks to enter some changes unless you file an amended tax return. And if you hire someone to do your taxes, be prepared to pay an additional processing fee. In my previous video, in the description, you will see a complete list of existing tax documents. Situation number 2. When a person makes an appointment at the very last moment. It's so stressful, on April 10th, for example, to learn that you owe 15 grand or more to the IRS. We know that the deadline to pay your balance due is April 15th. This year it's April 18th. And even if you file an extension, you should pay your balance due till the deadline to avoid penalties. Fees. Even if you file an extension, you should pay your balance due till the deadline to avoid penalties, fees, and accrued interest on your balance due. Of course, you might not know the exact amount of your balance due until you file your taxes. I would recommend to send the IRS an approximate estimated amount. You might look at your most recent tax return as a reference, or your tax specialist will help you to figure out your debt. I would recommend to set up your appointment with a tax pro at least a month before the end of the tax season, because something unexpected might happen, like you or your tax pro might get sick, or you might need to reschedule due to your family circumstances. Sometimes tax returns get rejected and you might need time to fix the problem. But as we approach the end of the tax season, it's challenging to find a specialist who would have time to call the IRS. It's a matter of long hours of wait and solve the problem for you. It's far better to do everything ahead of time rather than within the last minute, because at the peak of the season, the tax preparer's schedule looks like this. Situation number 3. Client affirms that he or she prefers to file the merit filing separate without providing any reasons. They just don't treat seriously this problem, bringing in the arguments like, my husband doesn't want me to know how much he makes, or this is our decision. Some couples like to keep their finances separate. In fact, if you file merit filing separate, you are no longer eligible for the following benefits: earned income credit, child and, child and dependent care credit, American Opportunity Tax Credit, lifetime learning credit, premium tax credit, tuition and fee deduction, and the tax brackets are more compressed, resulting in higher taxes on the same income. Some spouses may need to report their income individually to qualify for some financial aid. If your joint refund is being applied to one spouse's back debts, you can file the Form 8379, Injured Spouse Allocation. This form allows a couple to file jointly and reap all the benefits of merit filing jointly. and at the same time allocate income, withholdings, and tax benefits between them. In general, the majority of couples will pay less tax as a couple if they file marriage filing jointly. Situation number 4, when a taxpayer is a student and he or she completely forgot and considered unnecessary to provide 1098-T form. This form shows how much you paid for your college or how much in financial help you received from the state. I was really surprised when I learned how many students didn't know they are entitled to receive some educational credits, including the refundable ones. All you need to do to bring in your 1098-T form to your tax specialist and make a list of your studies related expense like books, laptop, subscriptions, and supplies. Situation number 5, when a person has their own business and they come to file taxes being absolutely unprepared. I had a client, she was working for herself, doing some cleaning stuff. That was her first year in this business. She was pretty successful in what she was doing. But the problem was that she came to her tax appointment absolutely unprepared. She didn't keep track of her business expenses. Actually, she had plenty of them: a vacuum cleaner, mops, towels, mopping clothes, and lots of other little things, etc. I asked her if she used her personal car to drive to clients. She was like, yes, of course. Then I asked her how many miles she drove during the last year. She got perplexed for a moment and then ran to her car to see the odometer information. Then we needed to separate the personal miles from the business miles. This lady was this lady was with her child, who was very capricious and was permanently dragging her by her sleeve. Finally, I asked her to reschedule our appointment, and she came 2 weeks later, fully prepared. She brought in her expense summary, and we had nice tax preparation experience. This year, we had a lot of requests to redo the tax returns a client has initially filed by themselves. When you do your own when you do your own tax return once a year, it's so easy to make a mistake, to overlook something, to skip some potential tax credits. As a result, you pay twice. Once when you are filing by yourself, and the second time when asking a professional to file an amended tax return and rectify the mistakes. In my opinion, it's really worth to apply directly to a professional. This little step will save you a whole lot of hassle later on. If you liked my content, please give me a thumb and feel free to subscribe. I look forward to see you in my next video. Bye!